bi wolle nyin sambale na atol min ya lon ko al kasafaro le ke fir fewol le bal budo Allah ta kabin kankula ning alnata home digital fm jamu kankular bundal te dami ya lon ko ning e kankula dunia bele kalon e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna andu manna da wala atul min ya lon ko project ko bal budo gabia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole jim project ko kalamuta janne mudulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami yalon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix nga namurung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami yalon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online tv ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ese ku jama lonje ntolu dum mobundale timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yurwande kanda malu ke kilomoti wala munnalo kankuoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le bebulu do lafta mole kala mutande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commandi plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220-734-3125. Hanside ning altulbe diaspora alsenna WhatsApp command nole plus 447771676-759. Wala Mengbe Kering nka fo wala nyama andum fanan nka ke wala nyama. Badi ngolo kanyende fo watol belade nko julol siatale bari kaminul fankumandi julola walla mo julolti nyine ya sabu Jula Finance Limited inin kukuto le nata kalafaro ke la service ola nyin kamala ke la kliano lu dahandi wala faro wala mnyindi ko Afro Express Services be dawoda kabirin katon fokoina ni je dawoda ni atare kodo kiyana nin Jula Finance lela isa dunno jere yela kodo ta bare hansa ndorong ning wotalla ma fangola Guarantee Trust Bank be dawoda alsalla kodo tano jele Reliance Financial Services ani Easy Finance Limited mini yaron koy bale banko kan bare fanan tolu Jula Finance na kunda bale banko karo bele wala badi ngola a dahana tale wala sign nali aje dorong Afro Express kabirin Westfield kata fokoina ali aje dawoda aldung ali alla Jula Finance kodota Jula Finance e kofana na lafta bank account odi yalla ya taralbe biti merewde ali fero ke ani ya kacha andum fana alila apodi jinde ali download nyinka mala ese kodo kino wati diate ila moye Gambia jang bare manna da wala fana ni lafta credit kola nyin network on membebe Gambia wala ni lafta cash power kila moye Gambia nka nyimbe kalele wala Jula Finance ntolo fana mu nyonta on leti tonya banko julolu siatale bare julolu nyaton kodo wala mun tolti Jula Finance Limited.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Barangol ngal kontrol kotenke Home Digital FM 99.9 ani Mengbe Kering TV alhawa kono bi sibito November karo tilifula 2024 ngal bismillah kotenke drong alfansum programme to the special focus on the local government commission ko nal dalta ka ke nyame sibito ni wato sita nka programme natale Mimbe dending local government commission dum commission mi anko masakunda ya londi ka juberke masakunda rengol wolong ire kansulolti e betama ka nyame ni minga commission noma ni wato be ibe kanefengle kan KMC kanefe municipal council fanambe feje wala nyama la sibiti nga mokilin samanang ala CDRO mi anko aning council lead council Patrick Gomez anim fanang commissioner min bije ka baka CDRO minke so be minke awlon ko alben normal le bi fana Habib Cissé bimbe wala natila mi anko ate munum council olti min bota Josman Ward be ay kata ay CDRO ke afanan commissioner to aning lead council Patrick Gomez so me minke awlon ko alben normal le nga Habib Cissé la CDRO natale ko ndalta ka kanyamen ron ni ningan lamoy wala nga jubero ke commission wala kajal min kete je saje ko nin natanan suto de fenkela wolem ko ka murun rek saje ko benga den nga kacha te nyi CDRO la mi ko wole keta te nyi kacha nyun to mimbe kela li suto inshallah rabbi so de fenkela wolem ko ni habib sise bitala ni natanan tron saje suto al français alla wato suto ali alla call sol ke ali alla contribution on samana mimbe den commission la woto ali noma ning habib sise ta.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Council, can you please proceed?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Chairperson, this is my councillor from New Joshua. Mr. Sise, I hope you haven't finished our breakfast.
Thank you, Patrick. I really enjoyed the breakfast.
Okay. Please state your name, your full name.
My name's Habib Malamin Sise.
Say, what is your address?
New Joshua.
Your occupation?
I'm an elected councillor.
Since when?
Pardon?
Since when were you elected?
2018.
2018. And you are still a councillor?
Yeah, I'm serving my second term.
For KMC?
Yes.
Can you please run us through your educational background, sir?
I went to New Joshua Primary School, Kandiba. Then from there, Crab Island Upper Basic. Then I proceeded to Pipeline Comprehensive, now Dirty Job. From there, I went to GTTI to do my ABE, Association of Business Executive, up to graduate diploma. Then from there, I went to MDI to do my postgraduate in public administration.
That's impressive. You recall giving statements, a statement and an additional statement as well, to the investigators?
Yes.
The registrar will show you your statement and the additional statement. The statement is a 2-page statement, the additional statement as well, 2 pages.
Yeah, I want to do amendment. My statement 31st July 2023.
Yes, what do you want to amend?
I'm a councillor of New Joshua, Ibo Town, not Old Joshua.
Yes. New Joshua and Ibo Town. Okay. Any other?
Also, in my statement, I mentioned I can vividly remember those appointments were presented to the Establishment and Appointment Committee in our first sittings by the Lord Mayor.
Yes.
Okay, I think Lord Mayor is not our committee member. And also, Talib Ahmed Bensouda and there are, was no job advertised. Okay, all right. Okay. No, that is okay.
It's okay.
Yes.
This part is okay.
Yeah, but I want to remove Lord Mayor.
Why?
Yeah, because at the time I was made in that statement, there are some of the things I cannot fully remember. But now when I remember all those things, I try to correct it.
But you recall you made this statement?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have it admitted.
Yeah.
When we get to the river, we'll cross it, Mr. Sise. But until then, since you've confirmed it is your statement, which you've confirmed, correct?
Yeah, I'm a very responsible person, so I will not say anything that is not in line. And yes. I cannot involve myself in anything that I do not do.
I agree, 100%. We have no doubt,
yes,
and no reason, no cause to doubt what you are saying. But I'm just saying, before I make the application, you confirm that is your statement, correct?
Yeah, and I make the amendments.
No, I'm saying you are a councillor for New Joshua and Ibo Town.
Yes.
That is a fact.
Yes.
Correct? The third paragraph, what you are saying, you confirm that this is what you said earlier, and you want to change it now?
Yes.
You want to change it now?
Yeah.
You said it previously, but you want to change it now?
Yes.
Which means that is not the process. Since you have said it before in your statement, you will have it admitted. That is the process. And in your testimony, if you want to change it, you are at liberty.
Yeah, because the time I was giving the statement with the investigators, at that time I did not swear about the Quran.
It doesn't matter.
So anything I will say here, I will make sure that I confirm and is the right thing.
Were you lying when you gave the statement?
No, you cannot say me I'm lying, because if you said me I'm lying, if I say you are lying, you not like it.
So
So please, Madam Chair.
Mr. Cisse,
Yes.
I believe that you owe these people that are sitting here respect and decorum. These are your people that followed you to come here to listen to you speak. And we accord every person that comes to this commission the utmost dignity and respect. And we do not expect 1% less of that in this commission. All right?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I'm very
So
responsible.
can you
so
allow
I'm
me
not
to
if,
finish?
Okay.
Allow me to finish.
Okay.
And I don't want to raise my voice again. We have rules that govern this commission. And you may take liberty to look at what the rules say. All right? You have made a statement at the police, at the investigators. And whatever you want to say, we will 100% take. Are you listening to me, Mr. Cisse?
Yes, I'm listening. Madam Chair, please, if you can allow me, I want to say something. To be honest, I believe, this commission.
Can you allow me to finish?
Yeah, but
And we will give you the time to respond.
Okay, all right, okay.
Or is there anything that we need to know?
Need to-
Or are you ready to proceed with your evidence?
No, because I want you to give me a chance. You were saying something here that I need to be respected, and I also deserve to respect people. But one thing, I believe this commission is an investigation.
Yes.
So I'm not expecting someone to tell me you are lying. So if
Mr. Cisse,
yes,
I think let me remind you the law that set up the commission.
of course
The
I
commission-
have the TOR of the commission, and I
Yes,
know the law
and-
governing the commission. I have it.
Yes.
Yes.
And I believe that you also understand what is the level of the commission when it comes to the hierarchies of the court, right?
Yeah, Madam Chair, what I'm saying.
No.
I'm totally agreed.
Yes.
But one thing I cannot allow anyone to insult me. I believe I'm responsible. If you tell me I'm lying, that's an insult to me. I'm a well respected and responsible person. You can ask me of anything, but you cannot tell me I'm lying. I don't think I will accept
Mr.
that.
Cisse,
Yes.
it's either you opt to give your evidence or you don't opt to give your evidence.
Of course, it's a commission. So I'm so
Mr.
proud to be here, honestly, to
Yes.
give my
So
statement.
I think that should supersede the
I believe.
semantics of the words we are using. All right? As a person that is elected, I believe that by your character and your standing, you transcend the level of not giving your evidence as you wish to give it to the commission. Am I correct? Am I correct? I'm saying your level and your standing transcends the fact that you would want to give your evidence as a public officer to this commission to
Yeah,
the best of your ability. Is that
I
correct?
came here.
Is that correct first?
I am here to give
No,
my statement.
is that correct?
I am here to give my statement.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. I said what I said. Is it correct?
I'm here to give my statement, Madam Chair.
No, what I'm asking is what I said. Is it correct?
That's what I'm saying. I'm here to give my statement, and I'm willing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Can we proceed, please?
Yes, thank you.
May I proceed?
Yes, please.
Yes, just to, Honorable Chairperson, for the consumption of everyone, the rules of the Commission are very clear. I've requested for the rules, and I will read some part of the rules. It says 16, any person making a statement to the Commission staff shall generally be asked to give a solemn undertaking about the truthfulness and completeness of the content of their statement. And in this country, lying on the oath is an offense. So when a witness, counsel has all rights to ask a witness whether their statement is truthful or not, whether it's a lie or it's correct. So when a witness appears, regardless of the individual, it is part of the rules and part of the laws of this country to give a truthful statement, because failure to do so is contempt and the person can be subjected to imprisonment. So the rules are clear. I believe they are there for everyone, and no one will be an exception, Madam Chairperson, with your indulgence. So, but however, we will proceed with the witness. I had confirmed from the witness, he can object to that, it will be his right, that he made this statement, and I will read the portion. It says, the person on the appointment of Nuruddin Adams, Aissatou Fall, Sanjali, Yusuf Asala, and Babakar Jame. I can vividly, these are the words, remember that these appointments were presented to the Establishment and Appointment Committee in our first sittings by the Lord Mayor, Talib Ahmed Bensouda. And there were no job advertisements conducted for these operations. I recalled that both Nuruddin Adams and Aissatou Fall were given grades that didn't match their respective qualifications, which I challenged during our committee meetings. However, there was a General Council resolution to appoint Aissatou Fall on grade 10 and Nuruddin on grade 7.1. Now, the witness does not deny making this statement. He said, yes, I made this statement, but I did not swear to the Holy Quran back then. Now, that is not one of the grounds to refute this or amend this statement. If the witness has said that I did not make this statement, I did not say this, then that may be a ground, and the discussion will lie entirely and squarely to the chairperson to decide whether to accept the amendment or not. So, having said that, we will apply to have the statement tendered. The witness, Habib ML Sise, the date is 31st of July 2023, and is signed by the witness. The witness accepts signing the statement. The additional statement is the 4th of September 2024. It is signed by the witness. The witness accepted signing the statement into evidence as an exhibit, Madam Chairperson.
The statement dated the 31st of July 2023, made by the witness, Mr. Habib ML Sise, and the additional statement dated the 4th of September 2024, made by the witness, Mr. Habib ML Sise, are all admitted in evidence together as an exhibit, and they are marked as LGC/HMLC/KMC/001.
As the Commission pleases. Now, let's start with your role as a councillor. How do you understand this role as a councillor?
Yeah, councillor is a position in the local municipality, and I am elected. You are elected to be the mouthpiece of your people, and we are answerable to our people and elected by our people.
It's impressive. Now, how do you perform these functions?
Yes, like I said, I'm the mouthpiece. I make sure that all their concerns and to look after their taxes, to to make sure that their concerns, their needs and aspirations is fulfilled.
Now,
and I try my utmost best to make sure that those are fulfilled.
Now, what are these concerns, these main concerns from the people that you represent?
Yeah, I came from the biggest ward of Kanifing municipality, which is Joswang Ibo Town.
Yes.
And we all know when you come in time of disaster, Joswang Ibo Town is a prone area. And access to there are some areas they don't have clean water. And the women's garden, and also we have a health post and clinic at the ward. So it's my responsibility to make sure that those aspirations, when those concerns are raised, as a representative, to make sure that I convey that message to council. And at times, most of the time, when I complain these things, their needs to council, I think this is my second term in office. I will not say all, but most of the time, the things were fulfilled. And I have that connection with the community.
Now, you have mentioned clean water. What do you mean when you say there is no access to clean water in some areas?
Yeah, we all know that, Joswang Ibo Town, some of the areas, the waters is contaminated. So we make sure that, we talk to NAWEC.
And these areas are?
Around Badal, and at times even Sankunsela areas. Because I can remember American University, they make one survey. So the reports, I was going through the report. So they said most of Joswang Ibo towns, the waters are contaminated.
Before the report, you should be the individuals telling these agencies or these institutions or these corporate bodies about your problem. Probably they will not even report it the way and manner in which you have lived. Is that not the case? You live in Joswang, for instance, you should know their problems. So now I want to know, when it comes to the area of clean water, which areas are affected in particular? Do you have the data? Do you have the information? How did you come about with that information so that it can be addressed? Yeah,
of course, most of our things based on report. So I'm not an expert to go and do water samples to identify whether the water is contaminated. I don't know.
Is there a committee in this locality that is instituted to represent the concerns of the people? Yeah,
we have a ward development committee, but yes. No one is there. There is experts to take water samples. They don't have the machines. They don't have the equipment, so they cannot do that.
No, everyday problem doesn't need expert. You see, everyday problem requires no expertise. Something you have lived and something you were told by an expert, you can't even compare it to. What I want to know is not whether you have verified certain information regarding whether in fact there is contamination. What I want to know is, at your level, as a councillor, how or what will you tell the commissioners in relation to the areas that are affected? Can you name the areas? Can you list them as to the areas that are affected in relation to clean water?
That's what I'm saying. I said Ibo Town, Badala, Sankunsila area.
Just that?
Yes, these are the two areas that are mentioned in that report.
No other area?
No, these are the two areas.
In that report?
Yes.
Now how about your own findings?
My office did not receive any complaint.
Okay, so your finding rests squarely on the report?
Yes.
When was this report?
Huh?
When was this report?
This report, 2020 or 2021, something like that. I cannot fully remember.
Or 2021?
Yes.
Now, how about the issue of women's garden?
What?
You spoke about women's garden.
Yes, women's garden. I think, like I said, when it comes to Joswang, Ibo Town,
yes.
We have I think everybody is aware of that case that happens. The government, the Minister of Local Government allocate lands to businessmen.
Everybody is aware will be an assumption.
Yes.
Now you tell us what you know.
Yeah, exactly. The complaints. So when the women's gardeners came to my office complaining bitterly that their lands, someone came there with a grader, tried to grade all their lands. So when I hear these things, I went to our platform, which is the World Development Committee group, and I informed the members. When I informed them, then we have an emergency meeting the following day. Then the next day, we were told by the women's leader, which is Mbamari Amagasama, then all the community of New Joswang, we went to the garden. I think, if most of the media houses, they read that story, and they were around. So then from there, we wrote a petition to the ministry. I think, even the then minister called me for a dialogue. When I was going, I go with the Lord Mayor of KMC. I go with the then CEO, what is his name? Senabu. So at the time, because when it comes in time of my community, I don't joke, because I am elected by the people and answerable to the people. I am there to fulfill the needs and aspirations of my people. And I'm brought up in that community, raised and brought up in that community, so I make sure that their voice are heard. So it was not a fruitful discussion between myself and the minister at the time. So, but they just try to mediate. But my point was
Mr. Sise, can you tell us the name of the minister?
Sorry, he was there 20. Musa Drame.
Thank you.
Musa Drame, yeah. So it was not a fruitful discussion. So then from there, then, Lord Mayor called me. Then we tried to, the minister told us that, we have to write a petition. Then I submitted to up to date. After him, when Abba came, we followed it. They told us that, Do
you have the petition?
Yes.
We will request that you provide the petition.
Yeah.
Please, we will give you a paper and a pen.
Okay.
Do you have one on your desk?
Yeah, I think I have my envelope. I will write it on.
Okay. Please provide the petition.
Mr. Sise, Mr. Sise,
yes.
Take the paper and write it. When you are ready, you put the paper inside the envelope.
Okay, right, thank you.
Now, any other problem?
Sorry, let me just ask him. Please provide all correspondences that you have made pursuant to this issue.
Okay, thank you.
Write it so that you will not forget.
No, I will not forget.
Thinking that is only the petition. Include there, where you have write petition, every other document.
Okay.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Yes, any other issue with respect to the women's garden?
You say what?
Any other issue?
Yes, and I think the women's garden also, I give them, there was a campaign promise. I give them quarterly women's fertilizer. I give them fertilizer. And also I build there a bridge because it was a concern for the women's garden. So I do all those things.
Now, what are their main problems?
Yeah, like,
aside from the ones you've mentioned.
Yeah, and I think at times they don't have siblings for and crops and equipments. There was a time I provided them with equipments through the CAP project. And also we have series of training with the women's garden through the Ministry of Agriculture.
How many women's gardens do you have within your jurisdiction?
2.
2?
Yes.
2 main ones or just 2 maximum?
Yeah, the one at Ibo Town, the one at Joshua.
Just these 2?
Yes.
There are no other women gardens?
Yes.
Do they have an association?
Yes, they have an association.
Do you meet them?
I do meet them all the time.
You have meetings of these meetings?
Well, I don't know whether the meetings, they write the minutes, but I have series of meetings with them. And most of the time, when they have concerns, they do come to me. And at times, most of the time, the Ministry of Lands and also Physical Planning, at times they do go there to demarcate, telling them that, government have allocated
So
this land.
you don't have minutes of meetings.
I have?
You don't have the minutes of meetings.
Unless I have the community development officer. But I will ask him whether he take the minutes.
You would not know if minutes are taken? If you attend a meeting and minutes are taken, you would not know?
No, I don't think, because he said just a discussions and way forward, but not formally meeting.
So there are no minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, just say that.
I believe, yeah.
Just say there are no minutes. It's easier. So about the health, you spoke about health post?
Yeah, we have a health clinic at New Joshua.
Yes.
I think, the clinic, the time I was, I came in as a counselor, they have a series of problems. And there was one white man that was supporting Butterfly Foundation. They were sponsoring the clinic. But later on, they don't have the financial muscle anymore to continue sponsoring the clinic. So the clinic is about to collapse. So when I was informed, I make sure that, I counsel, because to be honest, the time we came in, we find out that, council, I think we came in around June or July, something like that. Our election was in April, then 1 month before mayor election, then from there, we were sworn in. So maybe June or July. So they said, council says it is not in their budget, but they will try to factor it to our next budget.
What is not in their budget?
Huh?
What is not in their budget?
Yes.
What?
The maintenance of building of New Joshua Market. Sorry, New Joshua Clinic.
Yes. But did they factor it in the subsequent budget? And budget is every year, is it not?
Yeah, I believe they did, because when I requested.
You believe or you know?
Year, huh?
You believe or you know?
Come on, I believe, because already when I requested it, they approved it, and they came in to make sure that some of the staffs have been paid, because if not, we will lose most of the staffs at the clinic.
Do you have the request?
Huh?
Do you have the request?
The request? Yeah, I believe.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure, but I believe any money coming out of council, there should be a formal request.
No, I mean, I want to know. See, Mr. Sise, we are dealing with facts, right? And it's evidence coming from you. So if the evidence comes from you and it requires documentation, and you made reference to a documentation, I will request for a document.
Yeah, Mr. Patrick, what I'm saying.
Mr. Gomez.
Okay, all right, sorry.
Mr. Gomez, or you address me as lead counsel. I know you know me.
Yeah.
But this is a very formal sitting.
Yeah, Mr. Gomez.
Yes.
I believe council, as far as I know, if I raise any, they cannot give you money like that. You have to write a request. So if you wrote a request, then from there they do their thing and they approve it. Or that thing is solved.
I don't.
So I don't think. For me, I believe all the documents, as far as council is concerned, most of these documents, if I ask them, they said they already submitted to the commission.
Yes. I asked this because you are a councillor.
Yes.
So you manage your own office.
Yeah.
Is that a fair and correct statement?
Yeah, I think so.
You will have your own file, ideally. Correct? You will have your own file. Do you agree with that? You should have your own file. Your records, your communication, because you represent a people. And the people you represent, you will have to have correspondence. Even if you leave councillor, if you're no longer a councillor, you will have your records as per how you served the people. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
Good. So you and I both agree that records should be kept at your level. Now I'm asking you, you have made this request. Do you have copies of these documents?
Yeah, I believe the request is with council, because I write through council, so I don't keep at the time. I don't keep files in my office. I don't know. There was no office at the time.
So you don't have records?
Yes, at the time there was no office. There was no WDC office.
You make it simple. We keep it simple. And aside from this, now, is there any progress, or is there anything you have done in relation to the streets, the roads within your community that are affected probably in the most cases during the rainy season?
Yeah, I believe my biggest achievement as a councillor is the waste management. Because when I came in, at the time we all know waste management was a big concern for people of New Josong Ibo Town. So everybody is seeing this truck, the futon trucks. I initiated that project. Because when I went to Mayor's office to complain about, to be honest, the people of Ibo Town really need, they need a waste truck. They are waste to be collected. So I told Mayor, at the time I was talking with some of these bank, it's not formal, just verbal. You know, I want a truck, so I want, bank to give me loan. So at the time, I was just only my word. But after when because Mayor is the head of the municipality.
Yes.
So when I have a discussion with him about all these things, he told me, I think it's a good plan. Then just few days time, he called me back and told me, yeah, I think these things is a good idea. But, I will tell council. Then from there, if any business is interested, then let them apply. Then yes. I think, that's where the whole concept came. And I am fortunate to be part of the Mbalit committee.
Yes.
So we do a lot of discussions, try to design the concept of the project and some of the, rules and regulations of the project. Then finally our trucks are in the Gambia here. So, and every household in my community is benefiting from it.
That's a good initiative. I mean, it's a good idea that you have. But that wasn't my question. My question is in relation to, most especially when you have the rainy season, more than I do, that there are areas that are severely affected by the rainy season. Severely. In fact, some houses will really will probably almost sink. You can't even barely live there. The streets as well. So do you know some of these problems?
Of course, I think, everybody knew the cause of this, some of these disasters. Some of them are man-made because Ibo Town, Joswang, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, there was no serious flooding. But people settle on waterways, and that is not our responsibility to give people a permit to settle on the waterway.
Now that we have a problem, which was caused by some other factors, now we decide how to solve it. That's why we get people that are elected in these positions. You agree with that?
Of course, yes.
So we focus on that, solving problems. So what are, in this subject matter, what are the main areas that you think are really a problem in relation to what we're discussing currently, and how have you contributed in solving this problem?
Yeah, I think when I came in, every year we clean the drainage, and there are some drainage that we created.
Yes.
They were not constructed, but we have to dug some of those drains to make sure that water is passed, because stagnant water, we all know, is a disease. So there are some parts of the of our ward, we dug those areas, and water goes through. But most of the time,
yes, there
are some areas it's really a problem.
Do you have you still haven't told me what you have done apart from this thing, but do you have your activity reports?
Activity report like?
So what you are saying currently?
Report?
Yes, activity report of how you are helping or contributing in elevating this or in solving these problems.
Of course, it is. Come on, I have a meeting with my community. I relay their concern to the council. They were all captured in the minutes. If you go over to the minutes, you will see my contributions.
Not the contribution. Yeah. You hear me out. The activity report. For instance, you were to embark on a certain activity. Let's say in relation to the drainage system. Do you have activity report for this?
No.
Exercises? You don't have the
no.
for these exercises. Good. So I have vouchers here that I want to show you that you have already received. The first voucher is PV 190316. You are Karamo Sise, is that correct?
No, I'm Habib.
Habib Sorry. But your statement, the first statement on the 31st of July 2023, do you have it with you? You spoke about the establishment committee.
Yes.
For how long have you worked or served in the establishment committee?
2018.
2018.
Up to date.
To date?
Yes.
Any other committee?
Revenue committee.
Revenue?
Mbalit committee.
Yes.
Yes, those are the committees I was having. Unless there should be a special committee set by the council. So sometimes I am fortunate to be,
this.
Yes.
Were there any other special committees that were instituted or set up by council?
Yeah, at times, it do happen. At times, like I believe the exercise, like the market exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
at times, most of the councillors are in.
What about the market exercise?
Yeah, at times, when the collection is poor. Sorry, excuse me.
Mr. Sise, that is also one of the rules as well.
No, it's not a ringing tune. This is a prayer time. It's beyond my...
It doesn't matter. Just apologize.
Okay, I apologize.
Yes. Now, the market committee, did you see the market committee?
No. The a special committee to go and do fact findings, like why the people are not paying taxes, especially at the markets. That do happens at times. Even this year we do it.
Yes. Yeah. But if they are set up, they become an ad hoc committee.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You understand,
yes,
correct?
Yeah.
And they are temporal in nature.
Yes.
But you would know, would you be appointed formally, or is it verbal appointment?
No, if General Council pass the resolutions, because you have to take the recommendation to General Council, then if General Council, then they will tax, the Revenue Committee, the Revenue Committee chair to try to structure councillors. Then from there, maybe 5 or 6 councillors will concentrate on this constituency. 7 councillors go to this constituency to do fact changes. With the staff.
Appears.
Yes. Just conclude that statement. GRTS has cut off the signal. They cut off for 1 o'clock news.
You may finish your statement.
You just complete that statement, and we will come back after.
Yeah. It do happen at times. Like I said, they give the well for me, unless they invite us through the director of audit, but we never discuss an audit report from national audit. Only the finance committee review the report and come up with a recommendation.
Are you a member of the finance committee?
No, I'm not a member.
So let's talk about what you know. So at council level, have you discussed any audit report from national audit?
Well, unless I see it, I see the evidence so that I can remember. But for now, I cannot remember.
No, my question is, from 2018, you have served as a councillor, and you attend council meetings?
Yes.
Have you, these reports are every year, for instance. Would you discuss some of these findings at the meeting, general council meeting?
Yeah, unless it's related to my committee. Maybe employments, so mayor will minute it to my committee through clerk, then we will review it and see and come up with our recommendations.
Okay, so I don't know whether, go ahead, please proceed.
But I never remember that General Council review the entire report from the National Audit Office.
Okay, not the entire report, the findings, the main findings. If it means the entire report, that's fine. But the main findings, you could not remember the General Council discussing audit findings at the National Audit Office.
No, maybe I forget, but unless if I see the paper or the document, so that
would it be something you will have interest in as a councillor?
Yeah, of course.
Have you requested for any?
Yeah, at times, we, to be honest, at times we even force the management to review the audit.
You?
Yes, every time.
What I mean is, you, Habib, MLCC, have you caused the council or probably raised it in council meetings that some of the findings you need to have access to the national audit reports?
Yes, I make that all the time.
Not the internal audit, national audit.
National audit, internal audit.
Good. And if you do that, has there any action been taken?
Yeah, every time at General Council, maybe if the commission go over to our council's minutes, they will always see my contribution as far as transparency and accountability is concerned. Because in council we have departments that are responsible for example, we have Directorate of Compliance, Directorate of Audit, and we have police. I think, if these people work diligently, there are a lot of things, the lapses and lack of processes, all those things will be tackled.
Have they been working diligently?
Yeah, for me, I'm a policy maker.
Have they been working diligently is a question. You raised the issue of diligence.
Yeah, what I want to say is, at times for us as a committee, we always raise flag for administration to correct this thing. If you go over to our minutes establishment,
yes,
you will see a lot of things there, and even General Council.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you had said that if these departments, you've raised the issue, some councils will raise the issue, that is your evidence. But you had said if these departments were working diligently. Now I'm asking you where they had been working diligently.
These are just verbal, and at times the General Council, we tell the Director of Compliance to make sure that he gives quarterly report to General Council so that we will know exactly what is going on and what is their findings. But at times, yes, but at times, come on. At times we even we summon the director to our committee meetings now, to tell them that we want to see reports, we want to see things, so that it will be easy. If you have any challenges, we see how best council will give you. If it's political, we'll give you political will to make sure that those things are solved.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Are these departments, in your observation, knowing all this, making demands that you get access to these reports, and you haven't had access to all of these reports? Now I'm asking you, have these departments been working diligently? I'm using your words. The answer is yes, they have. No, they have not.
Yeah, council, before we came 2018, there is no documentation at council.
Let's leave before 2018.
No, but if we leave before 2018, you will not know exactly what we found. So I'm telling you the lapses.
Sorry, Mr. Sise, you are not to tell us what questions to answer. Answer the question. When you are done, you will be allowed to explain what you find. You know why it is important? Because you are a politician and you can give your overview, and that will be helpful. So for now, you are requested to answer questions, and that is what you will do exactly. And then when the time comes for us to give you opportunity to state situations, we will give you that opportunity. All right? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Now I repeat my question. When you served as councillor, were these departments working diligently?
Of course, yes.
If they had been working diligently, would you not have received these reports?
In Gambia, every department, they have lapses. And I believe no one can deny that. They have their ups and downs. They have their failures. They also have their success.
Knowing what is in an audit report is fundamental and crucial in the execution of your duties as council. You agree with that?
Yeah, I think, I need to know exactly what is the audit finding so that I want you to help me to tell me the findings of the audit so that I will answer you direct answer.
Do you agree that knowing what is in an audit report is very fundamental and crucial in helping council, which you are a member of, in the deliberation?
Very vital. It's very, very important.
Good. Now, I refer you to the year ended 31st December 2020 report. There's a copy. We'll ask it to be given. You turn to page 127. It's an issue concerning you. Habib MLCC. But before that, Honorable Registrar, have you, before you show the witness, have you benefited financially from council since 2018?
Yes.
What kind of financial benefit?
Sometimes I cannot remember the year exact. Maybe 2021.
Yes.
There was a time I was called by council. I cannot remember who called me exactly. That we supposed to attend a training at Abuja.
Yes.
So when I went there that night, then me and the deputy mayor and the former deputy mayor and the then deputy mayor, we go together.
Yes.
And the driver.
Yes.
So when I went there, then the following day, I fell down. So I almost see myself at the Kanifing General Hospital. So then later council pay because I did CT scanning for 12,000. So council pay the CT scanning.
CT scanning?
Yes.
For $12,000?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
What else? Any other?
Yeah, unless I see another thing. I cannot remember. But
you cannot remember any other?
Yeah, unless I see it.
So the report says, and we will show you on page 127, that there was the findings. We noted that the council did not have a medical policy outlining the conditions and requirements for treatment of staff. However, the council did make medical refunds and payments for local and overseas treatments. These payments and claims were for senior staff of the council only. Now, you have the names of the individuals that had benefited from these monies, and your name on the 3rd of November 2020 was a voucher PV 20-1643. It says cash impressed for medical bills for the councillor of New Joshua Ibo Town Ward, Habib MLCC, $15,000. Do you recall this?
Yeah, I can recall British support.
That you were given an impress?
Yeah, like I said, this time I was sick, and all these medical bills were paid by council, if I can remember.
This is 2020. This is different from your 2021 medical bill.
That November 2020?
Yes.
Yes. Is cash impress of medical bills for councillor of New Joshua Ibo Town.
Yes.
Yes. It's a medical bill, like I said.
I know.
Yeah.
You were given an impress of how much?
Huh?
You were given an impress of how much?
Well, this time, at this time I was sick, so I cannot remember. I cannot remember it, to be honest.
No, money.
But I believe the request.
Go ahead. Proceed.
Okay, all right. I believe all these things. Into the. I once went to. I think Afrimed, and later I do a lot of scanning at Kanifing General Hospitals and other private hospitals. So maybe at the time I was sick. So, but I believe all these things, there is a request for it.
No, we need the facts. We don't need maybe. We don't need perhaps. We need facts. If you can help us with facts, we will be grateful. I mean, if you don't have the facts, then we will hold it that you don't have facts.
Okay, so, all right. Then I will. Let me write it down.
No, let me ask you questions,
okay.
And then you can always have that information. It's documented. It's in the report. Number one, did you raise a request for impress?
Well, I cannot remember these things that much, but unless I make my findings.
Unless you make your findings.
Yes. But this report, I never see this report. And I think in auditing, you need to engage people. When national audit is created through Act of Parliament.
Yes.
Then I think if they make their auditing, they send it to council. Council also, I should have preview to check it. But this is my first time to say it.
Do you doubt the findings?
No, honestly, it's true because at that time I was sick. But what I'm saying, if audit is like an institution to correct, but to make sure the process are followed.
Yes.
So if national audit make a report,
yes,
I should be privy to read so that I also know exactly how do I spend the money. If the documentations are not in place, I make sure that all those are in place to correct things, I believe.
Yes.
I think that is the purpose of audit.
They have a management response.
Okay.
Management didn't deny the findings. You accept the findings. Correct? You accept these findings?
No, what I'm saying, I said I need to go and these 12,000 I can remember, but the 15,000 it can happen, but I cannot remember. But I know 12,000 I can fully remember that, because at the time when I went to CT scanning, the consul told me that, because I called my sister to pay for it, but then consul said, don't worry, just make a request, then we see how best, because this is a consul mission. I can fully remember that, but the other affirmations and stuff I cannot remember that. That's why I said maybe I check into it.
We will give you time.
Yes.
To check about this payment made to you.
But okay, what did the management say?
We will give you time to go and do your findings, and you can come back. Okay. Of course, you will come back, and we will take you on, and you can give us evidence regarding the money you've received. Okay. The other issue is, have you ever been given impressed as well, aside from these findings?
Impressed? Well, unless if you show me anything, but I cannot remember.
You don't know whether you have been given impressed or not?
No, because all the travelings I make, they give me per diem, not impressed, as far as I know.
Not impressed.
Outside of the country.
Have you ever recalled retiring any impressed at any point in time? No? The answer is
Well, not to my knowledge now, unless I see the paper.
Good. So, like I said, Mr. Sise, when you come back, we will further on this.
Okay.
The other issue is
sorry.
Yes.
Did you note that to clarify?
Yes.
And also, please note the issue of the impress that he asked you, whether you have retired the impresses that you have taken over the period. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, you spoke about the development committee.
Yeah.
You have a ward development committee.
Of course, yes.
The members? What is the composition of the members?
Huh?
What is the composition?
The composition, New Jersey Igbo Town Ward have 8 sub-ward. 8 sub-ward.
The composition of the committee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I cannot know exactly, so unless I explain to you, understand?
Okay.
Huh?
Go ahead.
So we have like Joshua Igbo Town.
Yes.
Joshua Sanchaba, Joshua Shanghai, Joshua Manubala, Joshua Sankusela, Ibo Town Badala, Ibo Town Sanchaba, Ibo Town Manubala, and Ibo Town Kusabia. Each sub-ward, there should be a representative male and a female.
Yes.
So that will make 16.
Yes.
Then we have a youth rep, female rep. Then both the alkali, because Ibo Town Jusong we have 2 alkali.
Yes.
Sorry, 2 alkalulu. Then from there, I nominate some elders, maybe elders committee or Christian rep and an imam.
You have meetings?
Yeah, I believe we have a meeting.
You believe?
I know we have a meeting. That's I believe. It's my belief.
You have periodical meetings?
You have?
Periodical meetings.
Yes, the law says quarterly. At least every quarter there should be a one meeting.
Now, how often? Who keep minutes of meetings?
Yeah, the secretary.
Yes. Who is the secretary?
Bakari Kanyi.
And who's the chairperson?
I'm the chairperson.
If you're asked to produce the file for your minutes of your meetings, will you be able to do that?
Yeah, I think yeah, maybe he might prove but I'm not keeping the records. And
you don't have records?
No.
Of minutes of meetings?
No, because he files it. Unless there was a time I supposed to travel to America, then I told him to provide to give me to photocopy the minutes of our meetings, because at the time I was lobbying for one project. But then from there, I have a serious flood at my home, so even my document right now, some of them I lost them, so I need to go back to school to.
Do the minutes of the meetings exist?
Yes.
Okay.
I will ask Bakari then if he is having the original or the copies.
It's a request. So we will request that you produce minutes of meetings of the Ward Development Committee. You can write that down. What is the function of the Ward Development Committee?
Yeah, the Ward Development Committee, they are responsible to identify the problems of the...
for what? To identify?
To identify problems.
Okay.
So if they identify the problems, then they will notice me as a councillor. Then from there, I will put it as an agenda item. Then we discuss it. Then from there, we see how best how best to solve it. But
go ahead.
But every committee member have a responsibility. Either you are a secretary, or a treasurer, or a youth rep, or maybe a member. You have your responsibility. And I believe the Local Government Act, their responsibilities is in the Local Government Act.
Are you familiar with the Local Government Act 2002?
Yes. Good. Maybe I might forget this section, but I can recall the responsibility.
Let me read for you. Yeah. Says a Ward Development Committee shall be responsible for coordinating and prioritizing all development planning at ward level, for preparing ward development plans for approval by the council. Do you have ward development plans that you have prepared?
Yes, we have ward development plan.
Okay. Every year?
Yeah, every year.
You can
but I can remember there was a time that during the COVID, we did not have any engagement.
I mean, that's the time you should have more plans.
No, of course we have plan strategies, but the sheets and plan we did not do that year.
We are requesting for the ward development plans for every year since you were the council. Can you please write that down?
I will provide that.
Yes. It says, without limiting the generality of the provisions of subsection 1 of this section, the Ward Development Committee shall be responsible for A, reviewing village plans with a view to identifying shared priorities and concerns. B, identifying and prioritizing ward needs and formulating ward plans. Have you been identifying the ward needs?
Of course, yes.
And prioritizing them? You have this in documentation form?
Yes,
in a document?
In a documentation form.
You will need that?
Yes.
Prioritizing solutions and alternative to identifying problems?
Yes.
Now, who are your key partners, your stakeholders?
Key partner like?
You don't have stakeholders that you work with at the ward level?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, so we have a committee. Then the committee also, we have stakeholders. We work with some of the associations, like community-based associations.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, the CAFOs, because when I came in, I want you to give me time so that I explain this point.
What point is that?
Yeah, the points of the, when I came as a councillor, the restructuring I made at the Ward Development Committee.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. I want you to give me time to explain it.
The restructuring?
Yes, because when I came as a councillor, there was no handing over, no nothing. So I have to start from the scratch as a councillor. Then I make a fundraising, and I think every commune, every CAFOs in New Josong Ibo Town, we tax them, we give them tickets. We have a grand show at New Josong Primary School.
Yes.
Then that is where we start. And the interesting thing is I'm not a signatory to the WDC's account. We have our secretary and the treasurer, which are the signatory of the account. Only to, if I need anything, I just have to tell them, then they provide it. Right. So we start and we do the restructuring. The then councillor, I think, the clerk of council wrote to him to hand over certain things, but up to date, they did not hand over. But come on, we have to move as a community to make sure that we set all these structures in place.
Yes.
And my ward development committee is one of the best ward development committee when you come to the KMC, because it was not political.
Mr.
Yes.
Suse, that is subjective.
Okay, all right, then thank you.
When something is best
Okay, all right.
or not is entirely subjective.
Okay.
I may want to agree with you.
Yeah,
I may want to disagree with you.
Okay.
But then again, your additional statement that you made reference to a voucher, PV 180818, is in relation to an amount of $206,000 that were paid to various councillors for an exercise pursuant to a resolution. Do you recall this?
There's a council resolution.
Yes. Can you please explain to us about this particular payment and the resolution and the exercise therein?
Yeah, for us, we are elected officials. We are elected by the people, and every day, people do come to us to tell us their concern and the constraints they are having in the community. So we see at times, if you write a request to council, at times it is very difficult. And for us as a council, we always advocate for decentralization. I think, we said decentralizations have to start with us. We have to establish an office for every ward, and also to give the office, we start with, 80,000 or 100,000. That was the start. Then from there, the committee, when a council give you that money to your account, then you bring your receipts. Then from there, if the first half they pay you, then the second half, if you retired, then they pay you. If you don't retire, they don't pay you. And I think this really helps us, because we do a lot of projects for this 100 to 200,000.
So what is this exercise that you did in relation to this $206,000?
Which exercise?
There is this exercise, like I said to you, the voucher number PV 180818, wherein you have councillors who are paid an amount of $206,000.
Oh, okay, all right. I can remember now.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I mentioned here earlier that when General Council, the collection is...
Mr. Sise, what is funny? You want to share with us what is funny and interesting?
No, I'm a happy man. I always laugh.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
All right, you may proceed.
Yeah.
Yes. You may proceed with your evidence.
Yeah, like I said, before we go to break, I said, council, it's deemed fit if they see that, there should be a committee. So when they establish, they want to do retreat, or they want to do something to make sure that, they maximize the revenue,
yes,
or to look at things that, that are not in line, they set a committee.
Yes.
So through a revenue committee, so that revenue committee, we did an exercise. I think that is 24 days or 25 days. So we make sure that, council revenue was...
Between? Come again, can you please repeat that?
I think the voucher you were talking about is 24 or 25 days.
Yes.
That exercise to go to markets, each team will go to market, go to the areas where taxes are not collected, together with the council officers, like I said here, compliance, audit, and also the police.
Yes.
To make sure that, they pay their taxes, because tax is a mandatory.
Was that done?
Yeah, of course, yes.
You attended this exercise?
Yes.
For how many days?
I think 24 days or 25 days.
You attended this exercise?
Yes, I attended it.
How many of you took part in this exercise?
I can remember I'm in a team with Councillor Lamin Jambe,
yes,
Councillor Karamo Sise, yes, Councillor Kemo Bojang. Yeah, but at the time we were new, so I cannot remember the administrators.
How many teams were there?
I think, well, I cannot say it exactly because it was a long time, but my team, I know that, these people, we are in the same team.
So you don't know how many teams?
No.
There is.
Maybe only if they look at General Council minutes and stuff.
Resolution.
Yes.
Okay. So who was spearheading this exercise? Yeah,
normally the councillors are there to observe, to make sure that, people are paying tax, but they are not there to touch any money. You know, just 2 months ago we are doing similar exercise, but this time we said there will be no gratuity, or no cost to council. So normally we do that every year.
How much were you paid for this?
Yeah, if I can remember, I don't know. I forget, but I know that they pay us.
How many days did you visit the market?
Yeah, like I said, 24 days or 25 days.
Which market did you visit?
Yeah, we visited all Joshua because we were given Joshua constituency, and then from there Joshua constituency, that is old Joshua, Carnifing, some parts of Pipeline, Ibo Town, and New Joshua.
How many markets did you visit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want to know the number.
Yeah, so we visited all those markets to make sure that, and some areas, some businesses, whether they are paying, because we requested
Do you have a figure of how many markets you have visited?
No, because I was not taking the minutes. I was just I was not taking the minutes. I was just there to observe.
Were minutes taken by anyone on your team?
Well, not up to my knowledge.
Was an attendance list taken?
Not to my knowledge.
So how many days did you?
No, attendance, yes, of course. There should be attendance.
I mean, for the small groups, I mean, if you have a group, you are trying to name your group, but you can't recall all, which makes sense, which is okay. But for each time you go with your group, do you take attendance? To know who is present, because if you do not attend, let's say on Tuesday, you can't be paid for Tuesday.
Yeah, what I know, I sign all the date.
Yes, but
Yes.
did you attend all the days?
Yes, I attend all the days.
No.
Because at that time we were very enthusiastic. We want to make sure that people pay tax.
Let's
and we
forget
do
about
the
the
development.
enthusiasm. Let's forget about that.
Yeah, I cannot forget that because I'm remembering. I just want to take you through so that you understand.
Hear me out. The best thing to do is we work with evidence, not about what I think. What I think is you have attended all the days.
Yes.
What I think is you have done your job. But what I think is irrelevant.
Okay.
What is relevant here is evidence. So when I ask you questions and you give me an answer, but without evidence, it goes to no issue. Because then you cannot prove it. And if you cannot prove it, it becomes immaterial. Do you understand it that way?
Yes.
Now, have you attended with your team all the days?
Yes.
Have you yourself attended all the days?
Yes.
Do you have your activity report for those days that you have attended in your team?
I am not responsible to take minutes, and I cannot give you any report, but I know that I attended.
Is there a report?
Well, I don't know, not to my knowledge.
So how would anyone know that you have done the exercise for 24, 25 days?
Yeah, I signed it.
Anyone can sign and receive money. But whether the work had been done, it's a different ball game altogether. Do you agree with that?
No.
You don't agree with that?
Yes.
So you don't agree that someone can just say that I have attended to 25 days of workshop, and so without evidence?
No, no one can do that. I don't think no one can do that.
But it's a possibility.
Well, for me, I don't think anyone can do that.
Is it a possibility?
I don't think anyone can do that.
Is there a need to have report if you have conducted an exercise?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have anything you do. There should be a report.
So why did your team provide a report?
No, I'm not responsible. I am there to observe. My role there is to observe.
So, Mr. Sise, if I ask you whether you are responsible, the answer would be I am not responsible. If I ask you whether the team provided a report, the answer is yes. The team provided a report, no. The team or no, I do not know.
No, I cannot tell you exactly whether the team provided report or not. What I know I attended all the 25 days or 24 days.
So you do not know whether the team had a report?
No.
Do you know whether there was any report that was prepared by anyone?
Well, unless if the revenue committee chair came or the finance committee at that time, because I don't think at the time there was a revenue committee established. But for me, there was attending, so I cannot remember. You
cannot remember. So you don't know whether anyone prepared any report?
No, I cannot remember.
You know Karamo Sise?
Yeah, Councillor Karamo, yes.
The councillor?
Yes.
Did he prepare a report?
Yeah, that's why I told you, you ask the finance committee chair.
Again, you see, if I ask you questions, just answer them. Do you know whether Karamo Sise prepared any report? It's a direct question.
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge. So Karamo Sise authored a report. It is also in the voucher, which I will show you, and we'll have it admitted. he authored a report outlining the number of days that the exercise allegedly took. You understand? And then it has from day 1 to day 24. And only he signed this report. Were you given any report by Karamo?
Yeah, like I said, I signed, but I don't know whether they are taking minutes.
Did Karamo give you any report?
No, Karamo did not give me any report, but I signed.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you signed is for taking the money.
Yes.
Good. You didn't sign an attendance. You signed.
No.
When you took money.
I did not tell you. I did not sign.
Now let me show you the voucher.
Yeah, this is my signature.
That's your signature?
Yes.
May I please see it?
Yeah, all my signature.
Now, your statement of the 31st of July 2023, you were discussing the issue of the establishment committee. How were appointments made, and what was your role in the establishment committee?
Yeah, like I said, among my roles, we are responsible for recruiting.
Yes. Recruiting staff.
Recruiting appointments.
Yes.
We are also responsible for condition services, disciplinary matters, training and development, performance management, and so on.
Who's the chairperson?
I am the chairperson.
And how do you inform yourself regarding whether someone is qualified for the person to be given an appointment or an employment?
Yeah, I think the Local Government Act, the elected councillors have to be in the various committees. So my election qualified me, and I have the qualification to be the committee chair. Okay,
so if you listen to me, maybe you understand. I am not really attacking your qualification. Okay. That's not the question. Okay. So again, listen keenly, then you understand, then you answer.
All right.
If you don't understand, you say, I beg your pardon, I do not understand. It's better than answering what you have been asked.
Thank you.
What I am asking is that if you have, what are the determining factors, the criteria that you will look at in granting or refusing an application for an employment?
Yeah, for example, if you saw any gap.
If you see any gap, yes.
Gap. At times we don't act, all the time we don't act just like that. What we did, we were supposed to receive a letter from the head of the department,
yes,
or head of the unit. At times, we do have this push and pull. At times, the head of units will write to us directly, but we normally tell them.
We write to you directly.
Yeah, director, exactly. Then the director will bring it to our committee, or the CEO will bring it to our committee. Then from there, we will discuss it, and if we discuss it, then we come up with a recommendation.
Yes.
And that recommendation, the committee have no right to do something without, we have to recommend to General Council. And General Council is the bigger body. If General Council decided anything, there's a law, there's a bylaw, like it is stipulated in the Local Government Act. We have that legislative power. Yeah, the Local Government Act gives us that legislative power. Local Government Act
gives you the
legislative power.
Legislative power?
Yes.
So, do you have a scheme of service?
Scheme of service, I think, under my leadership as the chairman of Establishment and Appointment Committee, my committee produced a scheme of service. Council have never had, they never got a scheme of services. Because when I came as a chairman of Establishment and Appointment Committee, I requested all these documents to the, at the time there was no Local Government Service Commission, but I request all these documents so that I will have guideline to know exactly how we will recruit. Because if you look at this section, like the Local Government Act, Section 33.
Please proceed.
Section 37 of the Local Government Act says, there shall be a Establishment and Appointment Committee, but that's a requirement. They have to recommend to its Local Government Service Commission. And at that time, there was no Local Government Service Commission.
Sorry. Mr. Sise, you said section what?
Section 37 of the Local Government Act. There should be a local government.
All right.
There should be an Establishment Appointment Committee, and they should recommend to its Local Government Service Commission for any disciplinary hearings, promotion, a lot of stuff. The section talk about.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
You may proceed. I wanted to get this section.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, what you have appointed, have you had reason or cause to appoint people that were less qualified in a given position?
Yeah, well, council, under my leadership, I think, the council have never employed anyone, because at the time, 2018, when we came, when the file of the various peoples I mentioned in my report, which is Nuru.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
So please, have you had cause to employ anyone who is not qualified or has less qualification than the position's requirement?
Do you see anyone that we appointed without qualification?
So,
Mr. Sise, don't ask him questions. If you want clarification, you please ask him to clarify for you what he means.
No, unless he show me. But
Can you listen to me?
Okay.
You don't ask him questions. You ask if you want the question to be clarified. He will do so.
Okay.
Because you have a right to ask him to clarify his questions.
Okay. So
all right?
I apologize for that.
Thank you. Yeah. Council, you may proceed.
All right, I will proceed. So, yes, have you had cause generally to appoint anyone who has who is not qualified for a certain position? Has that come to your knowledge?
Yeah, unless you show me.
It's a question that I ask. You see, I believe you don't understand the rules.
No, of course, no.
No, hear me out. You don't understand the rules, so that's why probably the commission deems it fit to give you latitude. But I ask you questions. Your answers can be yes, no, or I do not know. That will be helpful. You understand that? So have you had cause to employ anyone who has less qualification in a certain position?
I cannot remember.
You cannot remember. Now, in your statement, you had mentioned the appointments of Nuruddin Adams, Aissatou Fall, Sanjali, Yusufa Sala, and Babakar Jammeh. What can you tell us about their appointments?
Yeah, like I said, this was the first meeting of the council. I can remember when the matter came to our committee, because that was the first sitting. So we tasked the CEO to go ahead with it, because we, at that time, we cannot involve on ourselves that we don't know. That's why I wrote to Minister of Local Government.
Yes.
To provide us the guidelines of how appointments came and the structures.
Yes.
And I think, I pushed the ministry to set up the Local Government Service Commission at that time.
Now, in your statement, let me read, you said, on the appointments of Nuruddin Adams, Aissatou Fall, Sanjali, Yusufa Sala, and Babakar Jammeh, I can vividly remember that these appointments were presented to the Establishment and Appointment Committee in our first sittings by the Lord Mayor, Talib Ahmed Bensouda. And there was no job advertisement conducted for these positions. I recall that both Nuruddin Adams and Ashrafal were given grades that didn't match their respective qualifications. Was that what obtained on the ground?
I changed the statement.
You changed it now?
No, I changed it when I was amended.
Yeah.
I amended the old Joshua Councilor and the statement of by the Lord Mayor, Talib Bensouda.
So you said it before in your statement, but you now want to change it?
No, I told you. I told you since at the beginning.
No, yes, you now want to change. So why do you want to change it?
Yeah, because like I said, this was a statement when I was giving the statement. At that time, I did not swear. I did not sworn. I just do it as a voluntary statement. But some of the things are there. Maybe I forget. But the reasons I recall that I want to remove Mayor, because Mayor is not a committee member.
We all know that.
Yeah. So Mayor is not a committee member.
Yes.
So I might be wrong to mention his name in that he submitted it to our committee. And for us, like I said, we did not do any formal interview for these people, and that is I stand by that. But I cannot confirm or put it in my statement that Mayor was in that meeting.
No, you didn't say that. Your statement, you did not say Mayor is a committee member. No, I'm just going by your statement. You did not say Mayor is a committee member. You never said that. You said the Mayor. Let me read. It's very important, and I read word for word what you have said, which you didn't deny saying in your statement, but you now change it, like you said. You said that these appointments were presented to the Establishment and Appointment Committee in our first sittings by the Lord Mayor. You didn't say he was present. The names were presented. That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He presented it.
Now,
they presented it. It was presented by the Lord Mayor.
We are not quarreling. We are here.
No.
Why?
For me, I always talk loud because I want people to hear me clearly.
Why would you tell the investigators that the Mayor presented these names?
Counsel, you want to establish the fact, I believe.
See, again, probably it will be the last time I will tell you that you're not here to ask questions.
No, I'm not asking you questions.
Just wait a minute. I would not hesitate after giving you latitude to make an application for contempt. I would not hesitate to do that. Answer the questions as you've been asked. Why did you tell the investigators what you wrote in your statement, that these names were presented to us by the Mayor?
Yeah, what I'm saying, I'm here to tell the truth. So I cannot say anything that is not truth. What I said, I cannot remember exactly. Mayor presented these things by himself. That's what I want that statement to be changed.
Why did you tell the investigators what you wrote in your statement? Why did you tell them that the appointments of Nuruddin, Asadofal, Sanjali, Yusuf Asala, and Babakar Jambe, that I can vividly remember that these appointments were presented to the Establishment and Appointment Committee in our first sittings by the Lord Mayor?
Yeah, this was a long time, so I try to correct myself.
Are you aware that giving an information that is false to a public officer is an offense?
Public officer?
Are you aware?
Where?
Are you aware?
Where?
I'm asking you a question. Whether you are aware that if anyone gives a false information to a public officer is an offense?
Not to my knowledge.
You're not aware. Let me, Honorable Chairperson, may I guide the witness as per the criminal code in relation to the statement obtained from the witness by the investigators. Section 114 of the criminal code. It says, Madam Chairperson, and if I may read, false information to public servant. A person who gives to any public servant any information which he or she knows or believes to be false, intended thereby to cause or knowing it to be likely that he or she will thereby cause the public servant to do or omit anything which the public servant ought not to do or omit the true or false state of the facts representing which the information is given were known to him or her, or to use the lawful power of the public servant to the injury or annoyance of any person, commits a misdemeanor and is liable on conviction to a fine of $500 or to imprisonment for a term of 6 months, or both fine and imprisonment. The witness has given a statement to the investigators. They are public servants. And the witness does not deny giving this statement. We have it on record that the witness has clearly said that I was not under oath. No, I'm not addressing you. I'm addressing the commissioners. I was not under oath at the level of the investigators. He didn't deny saying this to the investigators.
No.
Again, I am not addressing.
Okay.
When you're ready, you can.
Sise,
Sorry, I apologize for that, please.
allow him to finish,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
Yes, so in no uncertain terms, we have it on record, we have it on audio, and we have it, it's a public hearing. And so, if it amounts to public, to giving false information, we would not hesitate to make an application that this matter be referred to the police for the witness to be arrested and prosecuted for giving false information. The other issue is the issue of perjury, which is not only in our laws, but in the criminal code as well, Honorable Chairperson, and I will beg the Commissioner's pardon to address them. It's on page 95, section 95, page 56 of the criminal code, cap 1001. It reads, a person who in any judicial proceedings or for the purpose of instituting any judicial proceedings knowingly gives false testimony touching any matter which is material to a question then depending in the proceedings or intended to be raised in the proceedings commits the misdemeanor termed perjury. It says, it is immaterial whether the testimony is given on oath or under any other sanction authorized by law, that the forms and ceremonies used in administering the oath or in otherwise binding the person giving the testimony. It is immaterial whether the false testimony is given orally or in writing. Every witness has an obligation, and for the avoidance of doubt, lastly, to determine who is a public, who falls within a judicial proceeding. It says at the interpretation section, Honorable Chairperson, on page 21, that the judicial proceeding includes any proceeding had or taken in or before a court, tribunal, or commission of inquiry. So that brings an end to my address to this commission. I will hold that the witness not denying saying this to the commission. If we go on with this, that we will make an application for the matter to be forwarded to the police for the witness to be arrested and prosecuted for perjury. And unless there are other comments, we would not mind to proceed.
Your verification is noted. All right. Now, Mr. Sise, I believe the council is able to read us the laws which refer to making statements on giving statements to public officers, correct?
Yes.
And the consequence of not giving the right information or the truthful information. The issue is you give the statement and you are further given the opportunity to give oral evidence. And what I will not advise really, because it's your evidence that you are giving, but I'll just make a statement. So it is left for you to appreciate the statement or do otherwise. My statement is that you have a right to say one thing and then say another thing. and you have a right to give your evidence to the best of your knowledge and understanding. That is why you are given the opportunity, after writing the statement, to come here and you be asked on issues that have been captured in the statement that you have wrote. And I believe that when the investigators were taking your statement, they had asked you severally whether what you have written is what you believe to be the true account of what they have asked you. So it is important that the council refer us to the necessary law for us to appreciate what the law is saying. And we don't see the reason or otherwise to deal with the law, because we believe that you will give us what we want, that is, to answer the questions that are put to you to the best of your ability. Do you understand what I said?
Yeah, I understand 100%. When I came here, yes, I want to amend my statement.
Yes.
2 amendments.
Yes.
But I amended all those ones. There was no following question.
Yes.
Now I amended by the Lord Mayor of KMC.
Yes.
There's
Mr.
a question. So it's kind of funny to me, honestly.
No, wait. Just hold it. You have an opportunity of saying it's not your statement. That one is either a mistake or an omission or an error.
Yeah, but I said...
Yes,
okay,
but
sorry.
it is entirely within your purview to say whether the statement you made earlier on is a mistake or an error, or you did not recollect.
Okay.
For whatever it is, you understand, we will take your evidence, because this is the evidence you have sworn to give to the commission.
Okay, all right.
You understand?
But
so whatever you tell us in this commission, that is what we will consider as your evidence.
Okay.
All right?
What I'm saying...
If you wish to amend, you have stated that you wish to amend.
Yes.
And you've been interrogated on that. So you state what you wish to amend in the answers to the interrogation that is put to you. And then we will proceed on that.
Yeah, that's what I amend.
So now you just answer the questions. If you say you are amending that particular portion, you tell him that you are amending that particular portion.
That's what I cancel.
So I don't see any difficulty in answering his questions.
No.
Maybe you may not understand what his question is. He will put it again to you so that you appreciate.
I understand.
Yes.
When I came here,
yes,
I changed I do 2 amendments, all those one and by the Lord Mayor. These are the 2 things I changed.
Yes.
So I cannot establish things that is not accurate. So what I'm saying, I can fully remember at the time when I came, this was a long time ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So now I can remember that, I cannot say exactly whether mayor was there or not, or the application were presented by the mayor or not.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Council,
Mr.
have you taken note? Sorry. Have you taken note of
Yes,
what he said?
I have.
That he said he could not remember.
Yes.
Whether the mayor gave him, sent him the instructions or not.
Yes.
And he wants to delete the name Lord Mayor.
Yes.
From the statement.
Madam Chair, we would not advise the commissioners to delete the name.
I am not asking anybody to do anything. I am just relaying
what he said
to you for understanding.
Yes,
okay.
What the law takes care of is a known fact.
Yes.
So can we proceed?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Cisse, was there a meeting appointing these people?
That's what I'm saying. For us, that was our first sitting. When the application came, these people were not interviewed. And I think that was very clear. The reasons we refer them to the management, because at the time we were new in the system. We were new. So, and this was, we need to have guidelines to make sure that we also equip ourselves.
Was there a meeting where you appointed these people?
There, we refer them to the CEO.
So there was no meeting to appoint these people?
We refer them to the CEO.
Is the answer no?
We refer them to the CEO. The committee take a decision, we refer the matter to the CEO.
Do you have the referral? As the chairperson of the committee, we need the referral and the minutes of the meetings?
Yeah, unless you request it. I am not responsible to take the minutes. The minutes is the responsibility of the clerk of council.
We are making an application for the witness to produce the file of the establishment committee and the specific minutes and referral of these appointments to the CEO.
Look.
Yes, please.
Yeah, what I'm saying, if you see this first meeting, there was a big complication in it about this first meeting because Clark was.
No, hang on. Let me just finish with the order, and then you can explain.